Hi, good evening. My name is Brett Grossman. I am a top leader here with Freedom Financial Solutions. And today's training topic is I want to discuss with you how to present the 3-option close to a client that is age 55 or older without actually giving them sticker shock and allowing them to make a logical decision, something that's practical that would make sense to them without also breaking the bank. And so this training here today comes from years of meeting with clients. So this is actually a scenario that had just happened to me earlier today, as a matter of fact. And so I'm going to give you the advice that I gave this client, which allowed him to make a good decision about what he wanted to do in regards to his mortgage protection. So one of the things that seems to happen after age 55 or older is obviously the premiums begin to go up and it begins to become a little bit more expensive and costly for the client. And so how do we avoid not giving them sticker shock? The human mind psychologically, a lot of times, once they see that first option, they can't get past it. They can't get past what option 2, the 50% is, or maybe even what option 3 is. Maybe that's a 36-month mortgage protection payment program, or a 48-month or a 24-month. Those are probably even the more affordable options for the client, but for whatever reason, they just get hell-bent and stuck on that first option. And here's why that happens. A lot of times it happens because that first option was maybe $200, $250, $300 as the first option. And they're saying to themselves, man, I can never afford anything like that. This is just not something that's going to work in my budget. It's not something that's going to work for me. And so I have found a way to eliminate all those objections before they come up. One of the things, and you want to write these down, one of the things that you can do is you can prepare your client and let them know that at age 55, at age 60, this gentleman here earlier today, Ronald Pearson, he was 64 years old and he had a $184,000 mortgage, 30-year mortgage. And so if I was to present Ronald with even $150,000, it was well over $250 a month on a 10 or a 15 year, right? If you're trying to do 20 or 30 year, anywhere even close to that, I mean, the premium is just skyrocketing. And so without having to blow your client out of the water, you want to prepare them. Let them know that a lot of times it would have been easier in their early 30s or 40s to be able to have a little bit more of an affordable premium, but that you're going to design and customize a plan specifically for them and for their mortgage. So that's number one. So that's one of the language or the keys that you want to write down is I'm going to design and I'm going to customize a plan for you here today. Okay, and again, this is all segueing into the 3-option close. This is when you're preparing them, you've given them a brochure, you've given them something to preoccupy their time with, let them know, hey, listen, give me 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to customize these and put these together for you. So then when the time comes, and if their mortgage is $184,000 or $200,000 or $250,000, whatever the number is, when the time comes to present them with that option number 1, although you want to get close to as 100% as possible to cover the full mortgage, you are then going to reiterate exactly what it is that you just pointed out to them. And you're going to let them know, hey, listen, your first option here is going to cover 75% or 65% or whatever that number comes out to be. And that's what we've been able to do here in your first option. The reason I did that for you here, Ronald, was because if we were to do the full mortgage, which I can do, if we were to do the full mortgage, I just wanted to make sure that it was practical. I wanted to make sure that it was something that fit the budget. But I also understand that this is a brand new mortgage and you're going to be paying down on this mortgage over the years. Would you agree that maybe in the next 2 to 5 years, you may even refinance? And so without having to completely break the bank, I wanted to put together 3 options that were the most practical for you. And so option number 1, and then again, instead of keeping it at the full, you're doing 65, 75%, make sure that first option, this is the key, is at $150 and no more. And you might be saying, well, Brett, the first option is really $225 or $200, that's going to be a huge commission for me. No. Put your hand in front of your face. Do you smell that? That's commission breath. People will not buy from people who have commission breath. It stinks. You want to do what's right for the client first and foremost. People over profits. So when you present the first option, number one is $150 a month. Then whatever your 50% is, and then whatever your mortgage protection payment plan is for that third option. If you're brand new to insurance or you're brand new to this training or to the industry, you'll want to go back and watch traditional 3-option close to kind of understand the language and what it is that I'm doing here. But this is more for advanced people who are actually producers, people that are in the home. They're going to get what we're doing here. And so when you present that first option, they may come back after you presented 1, 2, and 3, and they may go, you know what? Nope. I don't like any of them. And you're going to go, oh, is everything, it's probably too expensive. That's your human mind automatically is going to think, oh, geez, I blew myself out. Everything's so expensive. Most times when they give you that response, after you've delivered it the way that I just taught, they're going to go, I wanted the whole mortgage covered. Now, you've already prepared them twice and let them know that based on their budget, the practicality of the situation, that it was going to be a little bit of a hefty premium. And so what I do is I will go back into my rate calculator and I will literally just punch in the full mortgage, and then I'll flip my calculator. I don't even write it down on the piece of paper. And I flip it around and I go, would you want to go for the 20 or the 30 year? And then let them pick. And 100% of the time, whenever I'm in these situations, they either go for the 20 or the 30 year, and then we move forward with an application. And so this is how you can avoid keeping yourself from being able to not walk out of the home completely empty-handed and do right by the client first. So again, to recap, when you're dealing with clients that are 55 and older, do not blow them out of the water with your first option. It needs to be at $150. You need to prepare them and let them know that it's going to be customized and designed around their mortgage, that you want to do something that's, use these words, that's practical and makes sense, that also fits the budget, and then have them tell you, hey, listen, that's not enough. I want more. I want the full mortgage. And then that's when you can redesign it and then flip it around. That is one way to present the 3-option close. Here's another way. If the numbers that you're plugging in based on their age and their mortgage amount is just skyrocket. I mean, like, you can't get a first or second or a third option that's under 150 and you're like, oh my God, there's no way they're going to go for this. This is just way too high. Here's how you do it another way. You know how in our third option we do mortgage protection payment program? Well, you still want to use mortgage protection payment program, but what you're going to do is you're going to deliver it. And again, this training is for producers, individuals running leads, individuals who are seeing more market clients, basically activity-driven individuals who are in homes, because sometimes this training can get a little bit overboard. So again, this is for individuals who understand already how to do the 3-option close. So here's the second way how to do it for age 55 and older. You're going to do it like you would do a mortgage protection payment program, right, when we do it for whole life. But you're going to do it as the third option like we do it for straight mortgage protection. So here's what I mean. So here's what I, like, for example, Ronald. So what I did was I showed him one for 24 months. I have them written down. So I had 24 months, which was $40,800. So that kept his kids in the home for 2 years. 2 years of mortgage payments. He has peace of mind to know these kids can stay in the house, they can leave the house, they can flip the house out and rent it out and use it as residual income, but they don't have to worry where the mortgage payments come from. They can receive that lump sum, put it into a savings account, and then every month allocate it out to pay the mortgage. Okay? So option 1 was 24 months. That was $100 a month. Option number 2 was 36 months. It just gives them a longer length of time in the home. And this is exactly how I explain it. That was $61,200, which was $148 a month. And then his third option, just extended it out a little bit further, was 48 months, which was $81,600, and that was $175 a month. Now the close is the same as it is for traditional mortgage protection. as it is for traditional mortgage protection payment. Now, based on a simplified issue, non-medical privilege, they're going to cross-reference your MIB report, your motor vehicle report, your prescription history, and your criminal record. Once everything comes back to the underwriter and it's all good, they are going to go ahead and they are going to move forward and offer you a plan. Based on everything that I just explained to you today, out of those three options, which one makes the most sense? First one talk loses. And that is how you do the 3-option close for age 55 and older. Guys, you don't want to walk out of the house without an app, not because you didn't make any commission, but because you did a disservice to the client, because you weren't prepared, because you didn't study the training. So you want to engage yourself into what I'm teaching you here, and this will put more money in your pocket, this will secure the mortgage for the clients, and you'll do right by them. Guys, have a great week. Take care.